And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Milwaukee Bucks going up against the Brooklyn Nets. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA, take it away.
Well, for the Milwaukee Bucks, it had been an 18-year dry spell. They hadn't won a playoff series since 2001, the longest such drought in the league. But with superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo leading the way, the times are indeed changing in Brew City. Kevin?
They are fun to watch. Thank you, David. So the Nets starting five. Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Durant, and it's Harris in at the 3 slot. And for Milwaukee, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Then it's Brook Lopez. Then there's Bledsoe, and it's DiVincenzo in at the 2-guard spot. And Greg, after this season, Antetokounmpo will be eligible to sign a Supermax extension. The Bucks want him to stay happy.
The loss of Malcolm Brogdon last summer definitely stung. Trying to control costs, but you don't want to take a step back with Giannis's decision looming.
Here's DiVincenzo. The kick out to Lopez. Beyond the arc. No good from Bledsoe.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Here's LeVert, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Brook Lopez.
And LeVert, the Ohio native, has a ton of potential, folks. A tall, lanky shooting guard with really good playmaking ability.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. And the first one drops. And you look at Karis LeVert, Clark out of Michigan, 6'7", and a tremendous athlete.
Kevin, he's one of my favorite players over the last handful of years coming out of college. He had some injury issues his last 2 seasons at Michigan, but he's an excellent two-way player. Outstanding energy and aggressiveness, and makes all kinds of plays at both ends of the floor and plays the game the right way.
Clark, I'm assuming all the coaches in the NBA have put in their new plays by now, or am I wrong? Will they introduce some new things, new actions throughout the season?
Well, I tell you what, you talk about the coaches in the NBA, they all have PhDs in basketball, and they are always tinkering and making adjustments, Kevin.
Here's Irving after Eric Bledsoe's score, and that one drops.
And Irving is comfortable running the offense. When a teammate's open, he's quick to whip it around and get him a good look.
Now here's Bledsoe, pass to Middleton. First quarter, just over a minute played. Harris against Bledsoe. Shot clock at 6. Middleton looking it over. That 3 off target had some space there after the little pump fake. Here's Irving. And there's the pass to LeVert. And here is KD. Over onto Antetokounmpo. No good from Durant.
And smothered him on that mid-range attempt.
As a defender, he's going to just be a bothersome, worrisome guy, making you miserable all night. A hand in your face on every jumper.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Back to LeVert. Jordan the pass to Irving. Over Bledsoe. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Jordan. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Giannis against Durant. Here's Antetokounmpo. And it's Durant with the rebound.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Now, here is Irving. Count it. Irving's got his second bucket of the night.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Bledsoe with it. Passes to DiVincenzo. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Just 5 on the clock. Bledsoe for 3. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. And KD's got the ball here for Brooklyn. 4-point game. Out to Harris. Back to KD. Over onto Tacumbo. And so the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last.
And checking out some numbers here for Harris. Last season's performance for him. Last season, he averaged 13 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. The contributions he's been making on the floor have been a boon for this team. Great stretch of games for him.
Yeah, you know, they've given him more responsibility, and he's responded. And the way he's going, I think his role is only going to increase.
Middleton outside. Shoots over KD. Shots good by Middleton.
I think Middleton is absolutely dynamic and when he's involved in the pick and roll. He's really skilled at his decision making. He knows when to pass and when to shoot.
Now here's Durant. Back to Irving. Jordan finds Irving. Fires from the wing. And he hits the jump shot. Irving's got 6.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Off the left rim and out.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
There's 38 seconds left in the first. Off on the layup. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Kevin Durant.
And, you know, the improvement we've seen over the last few seasons with Giannis is incredible. I mean, he just keeps adding to an already superstar-level game.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Two.
The first one falls.
Yeah, Antetokounmpo has really learned how to get himself to the foul line. It's one of the easiest ways to score the ball. He gets to the stripe at a higher clip with each passing year.
Hill, he's checked in for the Bucks. And then for Brooklyn, Allen comes in for Jordan. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Karis LeVert. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Brooklyn leading by 3. And a deep 3 from Irving. Again, Irving missing.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
And it's sent back by Lopez. Here's the 3.
You got it. Come on.
But they recover it. Here's Durant. And the Nets miss again.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Oh, I like how Antetokounmpo takes his time on these shots. No rush. Measures what he wants. That mid-range game, Jay, of his, really starting to get better.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Brooklyn ahead, up 1. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And Kevin Durant talked about his teammates and the versatility this roster has.
I like our depth. I like that we could play, we could play big, we could play small, we can match up with a lot of different teams. And it's just a matter of us going out there and playing consistent basketball. It's easier said than done. But we like who we are right now. We just got to continue to keep getting better.
It's clear KD is very happy playing with this group of guys.
That's why he signed here. But you can bet Durant is going to be leading the charge.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And, you know, their rebounding advantage has been glaring, simply outworking them on the boards for that entire first quarter.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. Prince and Durant are at the 3 and the 4. Spencer Dinwiddie out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Allen in at the center position. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And let's see what the Nets have coming up. On Friday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers. Then on Sunday, they continue the road trip, heading out to Sacramento to take on the Kings. He's off on the first. And Clark with Giannis, you could see the change in his demeanor last year. You know, he knew he was unguardable when he was on the floor.
Well, guys, you know you're special when you can say nobody can stop me, and the general consensus is you're right. I mean, I can't think of any player in the NBA that's really suited to guard Giannis with his blend of speed and strength and ball skills. That guy handles the ball exceptionally well for a big man.
Zone defense, Clark, being played now by a lot of teams. It's amazing that even with that, the point totals just continue to rise.
And you know what? I attribute the point totals continuing to rise to a couple of things. One, the volume of three-point shots that are being taken, and I think teams are playing at a little faster pace universally. You don't see as much walking the ball up the floor as I think you may have seen in years past.
Irving kicks to KD. A three-pointer, no good.
Well, I don't think he's performing up to his own expectations, but they still find themselves out in front.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Chris Middleton was a first-time All-Star in 2019. Now, we all know that Middleton is one of the league's best shooters, but he had to adjust his game to a new system under coach Mike Budenholzer. Middleton said, I guess that's what being an all-star is, a team player and a complete player. Not playing for stats, playing for nothing else but to win. Kevin?
First-time all-star and well-deserved. David, thank you. Here's Hill. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
You've got to give credit to how Hill just bounces off contact like it's not even phasing him. I mean, he really knows how to finish in style.
Here's Matthews, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
Yeah, he almost got that one down. I mean, those are the kind of aggressive plays coaches love to see.
The Bucks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
2.
That one drops. He ties it up. And the shooting guard, Wesley Matthews, a terrific defender who has no hesitation, Greg, in taking that long 3.
A pretty good combination. Weathered an Achilles tear back in 2015, but has remained a steady rotation player.
Tyler Johnson, he's checked in for Kyrie Irving.
You know, for a team like the Nets building without top picks, player development becomes critical. I mean, the Nets have made that a key focus for their franchise, and you can see the results paying dividends now.
How about that move? You'll see very few players able to pull off. Just sensational stuff.
Pass to Middleton. In the corner, Ilyasova with it. Pulls up on the wing. Brooklyn with the rebound. Clark, you were talking about the Nets' player development. Guys like Spencer Dinwiddie and Joe Harris were signed as free agents.
Yeah, and you know, guys, a coaching staff dedicated to taking them to the next level in terms of improvement and player development, the investment they make in their top-notch training facility, all of that focus paying off for them.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And the Bucks making a change here. Connaughton's checked in. Hill, no good.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. Plenty of room to knock down the shot.
That pull-up shot is unguardable. Can't lay off Giannis for even a second.
And stolen by Ilyasova.
Giannis!
Kicks to Middleton. Dishes it to Antetokounmpo. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Connaughton. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Here's Dinwiddie. And Chris Middleton pulls it down.
It does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
Ball's knocked loose and taken away by Johnson. And then Durant with the jam.
I like seeing Durant slam that one down. I mean, he's just powering it home thanks to that incredible position.
Here's Giannis, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
Durant for 3. Milwaukee with the rebound. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Well, I love the speed that Durant has. I mean, fantastic is slashing into the paint and scoring right at the rim. That length of stride of his and his speed, lethal combination.
Here's Giannis. The 3. Hands it from downtown. Antetokounmpo's got 13 points.
And I tell you, once Antetokounmpo starts hitting this consistently, it's a wrap. Over, finne, done. Go to black. Encouraging to see him knock down the 3.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Nets lead by 2. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
I come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm when we have a great tempo. So just trying to get everybody involved and do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we'll see if you can keep playing at your pace in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David. Thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He ended up with 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. After a subpar performance in their previous contest, he has come on strong tonight. His first half, sensational. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, they're putting bodies on people. If you just look at the rebounding numbers, you can tell that they've been putting their body on and being more physical than the other team. Now that fact looms large on both sides, and that's going to be the difference in the second half.
And you, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Bucks.
Well, they remind me of Arizona. They were flat defensively. They didn't collapse at the end. They allowed over 50% shooting. I expect them to come out much more aggressive in the second half and try to take the lead early on.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
And you know what, guys? I think it starts with having a body on him every time a shot goes up. I mean, they've got to do a better job boxing out.
Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then there's Bledsoe. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 2. They're the group for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half.
What a tough make that was by LeVert. Refused to be denied, and great concentration.
Here's DiVincenzo. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Clock at 6. Here's Lopez. Antetokounmpo trying to break loose. Can't connect from short range. And it's Irving with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. They lead by 4. Milwaukee with the rebound.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Makes it off the glass. Irving's got 8. All right, Clark, game is on the line. One free throw to make to win a big game. Who is up there for you?
I'd go with your colleague and mine.
Oh, yeah.
But since he's no longer in uniform today, I will go with Steph Curry and Malcolm Brogdon.
Great names. Bounce pass from Bledsoe. Here's Middleton. Misses off the right iron.
They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
Irving passes to Harris. Over Middleton. Harris's shot is off. Bucks trail by 6. Durant with the steal. Lopez with the steal. Here's Antetokounmpo, and Giannis throws it down.
Set him up well there. Brook Lopez showing his vision and willingness as a passer.
Irving kicks to Durant. Pass to Harris from outside the arc. Nailed from three-point land. Harris has got the lead up to 7 now for the Nets.
Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
Antetokounmpo passes to Bledsoe. Here's Middleton. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. And it's 6 points for Chris Middleton.
Well, I like the fact that Middleton takes advantage of the mid-range jump shot. When he gets room to pull the trigger from there, he's taking it, and he's almost automatic.
And he comes up with the deuce. 10 points for Kyrie Irving.
And that's what you like to see right there. A solid move to give himself some room and take it inside.
Now, Antetokounmpo, 15 points in the game. Trying to get open is Lopez. Antetokounmpo, no good.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
You know, he looks a little off-kilter to me this quarter, still trying to find his rhythm.
And he might not be a household name just yet, but Joe Harris is one of the game's true dead-eye marksmen. You can make the case he's the most underrated shooter in the league. Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Middleton outside. Here's Antetokounmpo. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Maybe not the most famous beard in the league, but Joe Harris's beard last year, Greg, drawing some notice in the NBA.
The lumberjack look belying his feathery touch. Good size and strength, enabling him to play the small forward position when needed.
Here's DiVincenzo. They get the rebound and another shot. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Sometimes it's a real trick bag trying to guard Antetokounmpo. I mean, his skill set in build and length and athleticism draws a ton of fouls.
We've seen him miss a couple from the line so far, going 2 for 4.
And he was 73% from the line a season ago, an average number in that regard.
And he knocks down the first one. And some changes here for the Bucks. Robin Lopez is checked in for Lopez. Matthews comes in for Chris Middleton. And George Hills subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo. Allen's checked in for Brooklyn. Spencer Dinwiddie comes in for Karis LeVert. Both good from the line that time. There's 39 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Harris outside. Irving looking for an opening. Over Bledsoe. Again, Irving missing. Bucks trail by 7. With 4 seconds on the clock, no good on the layup. And we've reached the end of the third. Nets out in front, up by 7. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. Jared Allen is out there with Taurean Prince. Then there's Spencer Dinwiddie. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Irving in at the point guard position. Count that one, and the Nets lead has been cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Ilyasova. Outside Irving. And the call will be against George Hill. That is his first foul of the game. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Milwaukee. And a change for the Nets. Temple's checked in. Dinwiddie knocks down the 3 ball. And the Nets lead by 8.
Well, you know, this is what makes Dinwiddie so dangerous, guys. His shot preparation makes him ready to shoot as soon as he catches it.
Here's Hill. Shoots over Dinwiddie. And it's sent back by Allen. Milwaukee the rebound. Ilyasova hits the bucket.
Boy, I like the heart that Ilyasova displays when he's playing. Just terrific. Love watching him mix it up on the glass with those long arms of his.
Harris passes to Dinwiddie. No good. And Milwaukee will come the other way. Hill with it. Defended by Dinwiddie. Now here's Lopez. To the paint. The kick out to Hill. Shot clock at 5. Shoots over Dinwiddie. And it's sent back by Allen.
Boy, that expansive reach of Allen. I mean, so good at positioning himself and using his length and timing to stifle shooters.
Dinwiddie against Hill. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
It's really been a tale of 2 halves, hasn't it, guys? As far as taking care of the basketball, immaculate at halftime, but he's had too many miscues here in the second half.
Durant's checked in for Brooklyn. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Got that one up quick. Harris has got the lead up to 9 now for the Nets.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Here's Hill. And that one is off. Some solid defense there from KD.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
And it's off the back rim, no good. The Bucks have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Nets leading by 9. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Outside Hill. Shoots over Dinwiddie, and the basket by Hill.
I think Hill is very difficult to stay with in pick and roll situations. Kind of a guessing game, whether he's going to pass or shoot after the screen.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Robin Lopez, that's his second personal foul.
And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for Brooklyn.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And also, I've been extremely impressed with their interior D. Their rim protection has been as good as it gets.
He hits the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8.
And you can see that Durant has an incredible drive. He wants to be an all-time legend when it's all said and done.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 9-point ball game here. And so Giannis will bring it up for Milwaukee. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Goes up to the stripe, and he knocks down the jumper. Antetokounmpo's got 19 points.
That's why you got to push Giannis Antetokounmpo out of the paint. I mean, he's too long, too skilled, and very confident from this area. You got to get him out of there.
The deep three from Durant. The long-distance three is buried. He's got 22.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Brooklyn leading by 8. Outside, KD. 1:02 left in the game.
Take what's available. Use the fadeaway when the defender's there on you.
For 3, Middleton. A putback. The rebound by the Nets. And here is KD. Timeout called the Nets. They're ahead by 8. There's 47 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
And guys, this really has been his night. He's done a lot of things well, but his scoring really put him over the top. You can see how determined he's been every time he's gotten his hands on the ball. Great drive and also great focus offensively.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. And Bledsoe, here we go.
You know, it's never easy or simple trying to slow down Bledsoe. I mean, when he's in attack mode, it puts the defense in a real pickle.
Milwaukee, Eric Bledsoe. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one.
You know, one of the things I'd like to see Bledsoe improve on is his passing. Other than that, I think his overall game is pretty solid.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Robin Lopez is checked in for Lopez. Williams comes in for Antetokounmpo. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Dante DiVincenzo. So it's the Bucks now, trailing by 10. It's deflected and stolen by Irving. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pulls up. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Stolen by LeVert. Irving with the ball. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, G, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.